Good morning, gurus. Welcome to another episode. Hope you're having a beautiful day. We're going to jump in charts for Google, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Right now, yesterday Bitcoin pumped to 94 on the interest rate cut announcement. They cut 25 base points, but it was expected news. So then it pumped and then dropped back down. We're going to jump into the technicals. Hit the subscribe button, smash up, thumbs up, and turn the bell. I've been making these videos every day for 6 years. Trading Bitcoin, Tesla, Nvidia, Google. It's my savings account. Those are my savings account. I don't save in USD or any other currency. I save in Bitcoin, Tesla, Nvidia, Google. I sell them when they're overbought on this weekly stochastic, and I buy them when they're oversold, and I just keep compounding and stacking my capital. Let's jump into technicals for Bitcoin now. If you make money from me, I want you to hire social media marketers, push messages, peace, anti-war, and protect the nature. Google is up 1%. Tesla was up 1.4%. Everything else flat or down. Bitcoin is flat on the day, even down 1%. On the weekly charts, Bitcoin is now... Stochastic is oversold heading up, which is what I'm talking about the weekly stochastic. I buy when it's oversold below the dotted lines on the weekly stochastic, and I sell when it's overbought. And if you watch the pattern, if you watch the top, the price, watch the stochastic. So oversold, in my opinion, whenever it's oversold, I start buying. Whenever it's overbought, I sell, which was the top on 126k. When it was oversold, I'm buying, but this wasn't too oversold there. Whenever it's overbought, I'm selling. That was 120k. Whenever it was oversold, April, that was the low at 75k. And then time to sell would have been when it was overbought. And you can see this pattern playing out for years on nearly every asset. It's one of the best indicators you can use. Buy when it's oversold on the weekly stochastic, and sell when it's overbought, and it has worked really well for a long time. Bitcoin is getting a bounce off that support on the weekly. On Bitcoin indicator bot, it hasn't fired a buy. On the daily, we are in a rising wedge, which is a bearish pattern. We had a double top spike to 94 two times, and then it pulled back, which is not the best to see. The daily stochastic is going overbought and almost double topping. So I do think this is going to play out, and we're going to get this rising wedge or bear flag continuation. The pole and then the flag builds pressure and then drops the base of the triangle. Let's see if we could break out, but you can see it's perfectly bounced off that resistance line, and I had joined that resistance line a while ago, and it keeps getting rejected. Let's go into the 4-hourly. On the 4-hourly today, we had a double top, spiked up to exactly 94,000. That was on the announcement of the Fed. We went from 91,800 to 94,400 and then pulled back. I've got buy orders at 87, 83, 80K, and I'm currently in a trade on Bitcoin. You can see here, I've got my trade. It's one Bitcoin, $141 in profits. And you can see I've got buy orders at 90K, 89K, 87K, 83K, 85K, 82K, 74K. So you can see I've got buy orders laddered down on Bitcoin. The one at 90, 89 might be a little bit higher, 89, 90. We're close to activating this half a Bitcoin, when most likely it could pull back to 80K with this. There is some potential here. There does look a little bit inverse head and shoulders. It does look like there's a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders. So we still have a chance to break out here, but we need to see it break out of 94K relatively quickly. Otherwise, we're going down to 80K, which is far away. It's almost a 11K drop. If it does drop from here, we are talking nearly a 12% drop. And it does look like it's going to play out. So I'm going to close half my trade. This was at 94K, so it was slightly in profits, like 2K today. But I'm going to close. I expected more actually from Bitcoin today. It should have, on the FOMO announcement, it pushed out, but then it just kind of dropped off again. So I'm going to close 50% of this trade, so $17 in profits. Now I've got half of Bitcoin, then I've got another half at 99. 100 at 80. I'll close this. So I've got half a Bitcoin at 89.6, 87. I'll close that. So I've got half a Bitcoin, 87, 83, 85, 82, 80, and then 74. Let's see if these orders start to stack up. Okay, let's Bitcoin. Let's go into Ethereum. 3,300. On the weekly charts, Ethereum is oversold on the weekly stochastic. It came down to 2,600, which is was a strong support there. Bitcoin indicator bot has fired a buy exactly off the bottom. On the daily, Ethereum already overbought. On the daily, still a buy, and it looks like it's trying to form inverse head and shoulders. Shoulder, head, shoulder, or even double bottom. We got a double bottom down to 2,600. But I would keep the same trade, 2,600. That was a nice entry at 2,600. Monthly support starting to form at 2,900. Also an entry. Safest point to take a trade would be 2,600, that low, but 2,900 is also a nice entry. 2.9 and then take profit up to 4.7. Risk to reward 13 times 135 to make 1,700. No leverage, 10x leverage, 17,000 profit. So I would set that trade at 2.9 on Ethereum. Ethereum 2,900. And let's start a position of 20 Ethereum at 2,900, 20 Ethereum. Confirm that order set. I've got some TON and Uniswap, but let's look into Google today because I've got a big position of Google. It was up 1%. I haven't closed my position yet. On the monthly, we've made 124% on Google since the April tariff lows. The monthly stochastic is overbought. On the weekly stochastic, Bitcoin indicator bot fired a sell 3 weeks ago. It's still making higher highs. It hasn't pulled back much. Still looks like a bull flag. I don't use it on the shorter time frames that much, the Bitcoin indicator bot. Looks like a bull flag on Google. And if we measure out the distance of the pole of the flag, this distance here, to the pole, this bull flag could take us to 363. And on the fundamental side of things, Google still looks good, so I'm going to hold my Google. On the fundamentals, it looks excellent. So you've got P ratio of 20. You've got P ratio of 31, which is high. Golden ratio is 20, but it's not that bad. And you've got revenue, quarterly revenue of 102 billion, 34 billion profit. Net income margin 34%. Previous quarter 96, and if you look at the annual, they're making $349 billion a year and $100 billion profit with 28% profit margins, and they're growing like $50 billion a year. So Google is an amazing fundamental revenue generating company. So that's my target on Google. That's my updates in the market. Join us in the Telegram. There is right now 219 of you online, people discussing in the Telegram. Fed money printing begins in 2 days. People discussing. Join them in the conversation. Printer is coming. You can see everyone talking about showing charts, trades. Join them in the convo inside the Telegram. All the links are underneath the video. Bybit 60k bonus, main exchange I trade, lowest fees, best liquidity. WeX $200 sign up bonus, KYC free worldwide exchange. So anywhere in the world you can trade privately without KYC. Telegram, it's free, 9,000 traders in there, and take the courses jamescryptoguru.com, Crypto Master Course and Stock Guru Master Course, and get the bots, jamescryptoguru.com, and you can learn all of this in there. Yesterday, some posts that I've been making, the elite trading group made profits on Ethereum. I increased my Bitcoin position into the FOMO. I should have set a sell when we spiked to 94. Could have made a few $1,000s profit, but it just spiked up and then came down, which was weird. Yesterday's video, 8 of 10, not too amazing, 2,000 views only. My views are dropping. If you guys could share this on WhatsApp, I get shadow banned a lot because I talk about financial freedom and try to help people get financially free. Ethereum done, still waiting Sol. I'll have to do that next. Floki, if there's more requests, good morning. Thanks. James on no Ethereum made one. I wouldn't buy Luna Classic. The founder is going to jail. It doesn't look like he's going to be free. I don't think that coin is coming back, in my opinion, but you have to do your own due diligence. None of this is financial advice. That's my updates in the market. I'm buying Bitcoin, Tesla, Nvidia, Google. I buy them when they're oversold on the weekly. I sell them when they're overbought. I'm going to start building a position in Bitcoin. I've got my position in Google and Tesla, Nvidia. I want to start building positions when they're oversold. Hit the subscribe button, smash up, thumbs up, and turn on the bell. Next video, I'll do Solana, and I want to do Nvidia and Tesla to start building up those positions. Love you. Have an amazing day. Again, if you make money from me, hi social media marketers, push messages, peace, anti-war, and protect the nature and the trees. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.